Hey everybody, it is Bethany from Wandering Intentionally, and I had promised to give you all an Instacart update, so I thought I would go ahead and do that. I think I'm now on day 4. The first day was sort of a whirlwind. I did really well as far as figuring things out and getting out there. The second day, I realized it was probably a scary thing to start doing something like this that's app-driven during Mercury retrograde. So there were a lot of things that I didn't know would happen that did happen, and one of those was I took an order, and come to find out, let me make sure the radio's down here. If you hear that hum, it's my air conditioner. It's like 81 degrees here in Maine, high humidity. So that I took an order, did great with it, was all psyched to get out there and do it again. Second order I took, this was, I can't remember if this was Memorial Day. I think it was Memorial Day. Because it rained, so yeah, that would make sense. The second order turned out to be 3 orders in 1. And I didn't know that was a possibility that would happen. So it was a little, okay, we'll just roll with this and take it as it comes. Which was a little stressful for me because I'm thinking, okay, I got to keep all these straight. I got 3 orders. I got 1 cart, 3 orders. So I put 1 on top, 1 in a basket in the basket. I put one of the carry baskets inside the basket. And then 1 loose in the cart. If I did that again, I would put the second basket underneath so it would be easier to just fill. Anyways, so there's a little tip for you for today for Instacart. So I got it all set. There were a lot of organic items in there, which tend to be a little confusing depending on which store you're in. Luckily, I was in my home store, so I could kind of figure it out. And I got to the end, and I go to deliver. Now, 3 separate deliveries to keep straight. I had 1 bagged in paper, 1 plastic, and the next one in paper, so I could keep them all separate. The first order was to the local college here, and it routed me. So when you have an Instacart order that you need directions, it'll say, okay, go to delivery. You hit go to delivery, and it'll say, do you need directions? Navigate. So I hit navigate. It navigated me probably 5 miles out of the way and said, you're here. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm not. There's nothing here. It was on the old military base. So I messaged the girl and I said, where's your building? And she said, well, I'm not where you are. I'm back on the Bowdoin College campus. And I said, okay. She told me where she lived. I hit go again, thinking this time it'll route me to the right direction. Nope. So what happened was some of the campuses are really old on this campus, some of the housing, and it's like a block of buildings with a center court. And so it didn't recognize which building she was in. So I think that was part of it. Instacart, if you hear this, keep that in mind. Doesn't always work that well with that. So eventually got her all settled. My second order was one of those great ones where you pull up, don't have to even see a customer, you just put it out, take a picture of your delivery to confirm that you did it, and got back in. Third order, it said, okay, get on the highway, and I'm like, all right. So it said it was headed me towards the next town over, and I'm like, okay. Now where I live is there's a lot of rural peninsulas that out into the ocean, and I'm in the mid-coast area of Maine, so it's not easy to get from one peninsula to the other because you have to go into town and go back down the next one and so on and so forth. So it kept routing me north, and I was like, where am I going with this order? Because it was in my hometown. So about 15 minutes into it, I pull over to the side of the road and I start looking at the navigation. It had me all the way to a state park way down on a peninsula, which was probably, if I'd known the delivery was that far out, I would never have taken it, because the gas it took for me to get all the way out there and back was a killer. I mean, that just blew any mileage that I had on that. I don't care if they pay. Okay, so here's the thing. Instacart pays you 60 cents per mile for delivery. So if you have someone who's that far out, yeah, you'll have a higher return on it, but you're spending that in gas and upkeep on your vehicle. And I don't have a new one. I have an older vehicle. Yeah, she's a Range Rover, but Range Rovers are notorious for needing upkeep. So yeah, especially the older they are. So that's what happened with that. So I deliver it. It's pouring rain at this point. I'm tired. Like I said, it was Memorial Day. I had worked the day through on it, and I delivered. Absolutely beautiful house, beautiful location. Would never have gotten to see it otherwise. So yeah, so I delivered that, and then I went home and crashed because I was tired. I will say I needed to get out and get active after a year of being in quarantine. This was awesome. Here, sneeze. Okay. So yeah. So that was a scary order. So it turned out okay in the end. It was a fairly large payment, so I did make up for that part of it. But you're wasting gas. Gas is almost $3 a gallon up here in Maine. So really, you are paying for it on the other end. So yesterday, there wasn't much out there for orders yesterday. I did do some orders. I think I did 2 of them yesterday. I've done 2 today. The first one took me down by my daughter, so I got a chance to stop and see my daughter. And that was nice, because I hadn't gotten a chance to see her new place yet, so I got to see that. Do I think this is a sustainable job? It's not something I want to do forever, but I'll tell you, it pays the bills. I have made enough to pay my credit card bill, which was what I was most concerned about, and my phone bill, which neither of them are huge, but it is what it is. Now then, I have a car payment coming up and a camper payment that I need to make, as well as utilities on the house. Now, I don't cover all these alone. My husband has been fantastic in supporting me on this, but eventually I do need a job with health insurance. Go back to health insurance and a little, reliability. In the meantime, this has been, it's been the kick in the pants that I needed to get out there and do something. Like I said, after a year of being home, it would have been very easy to just sort of go back and stay there. In fact, I spent a month doing that. Just not going anywhere, not doing anything. And that's not living. And that's certainly not why we bought the camper. Our goal was to get out and see more and be more and just have a greater experience. Life is too short. you have to grab it while you can. So yeah. So as far as keto goes, I've been doing more low carb than keto. It's not been all low carb. My big thing is I have to cut the gluten out, because the gluten is what causes me massive inflammation, and creates all of the toxins in my body that really cause the pain. So if I can leave, and it's mostly bread and pasta, kill me. If I can leave those two out, I'm good to go. For now, it will eventually become more, but for right now, that's what I've focused on. So that's the keto update. Have I lost any weight? I've lost 2 pounds. My last thing that I was going to talk about today was I have been reading a book, and I wanted to share it, and I keep thinking I'm going to share it on one of the camping videos, because I took this book with me camping and started it, and then realized I don't scare easily. I was a ghost hunter. Let's face it. Living people scare me far more than dead people do. But I started reading this book. It's by L. Andrews Pat, and it's called Ghost. And I purposely bought it in a paperback form because I wanted the physical book to read. And the tagline on it is, "No one believes her yet." And if you have a chance and you like sort of ghostly, paranormal, psychic type things, and you want to read a good mystery, I haven't gotten that far into it. I'm not that far. See? Great characters. The beginning of it will absolutely catch you and pull you in. I had to read it twice because I didn't quite understand, and it's no fault of the author. It was me not really paying attention to what was going on, and I went, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So then I had to go back and see the clues that I had missed, and I was just amazed. I mean, this was just 5 pages into the book. So yeah, it is a woman who sees ghosts, and her longtime friend. It's set in West Virginia. It is about a series of murders that are going on, and she is being led to discover information about it. Deb, if you're listening to this, my best friend Deb, don't read this, because you won't sleep for a week. It's amazing. It's well done. Yeah, it's really, really good. I don't know if this was indie published. No, it's by Blue Beach Press in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's an Andrea Kelly mystery. She is an archivist, and so she uses her intuition and her abilities to research things through archives. This book one, I'll be reading more. Honestly, if you want a good summer read, maybe not for camping, but if you're reading, you might want to pick that up. So yeah, so that's where we stand for today. I'm going to get this video out to you really quick. I just wanted to give you an update on how the job is going, or the temporary job, so to speak. I do have Uber Eats set up to go, but honestly, I haven't done it yet. I've been so busy with this. I'm sort of feeling my way through it. Once I do that, then I may decide to go ahead and try that as well. But for now, I enjoy it. It gets me active. I have to go out and do a shopping spree for other people. So I'm going to keep doing it. So I hope you are all well. I hope you had a really good weekend behind you, and that, we are heading into some warm days, especially here in Maine. But I wanted to wish you all the best and let you know that I'm sending blessings from Maine. Bye-bye.